Hello and welcome to the cryptocurrency news channel. I'm going to talk about the XRP price pump, and it does have to do with a lawsuit. It's not because of any major banking adoption or anything. There's really been nothing like that, but it is a development in a lawsuit. It's not a major development, but it is something that some people in Asia has gotten excited about. And the pump is all coming from Asia because it essentially started at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, which is roughly 9 a.m. over there, or 9 or 10 a.m. over there, where kind of like their trading day starts. So you can tell it's all coming from Korea, maybe some from Japan, but looking at Fiat Leak, it's mostly Korea rather than Japan. So what's actually happened is that the SEC and Ripple has actually agreed to redact two of the four things that the court said the two parties had to agree to redact or not. The other two are still under contention. We're not sure if they're going to redact them or not. So what redact actually means is not that they won't use them in the lawsuit. What redact means is just that they won't actually, the public just won't know about these things, or they won't release these documents to the public. The court itself and the two parties itself still have these documents, but they're not going to take it public. They will still use it in the lawsuit as evidence or whatsoever, but they will not release it to the public. So the two, we're actually going to talk about all four of them, and should these things be redacted or not, and would we have interest? So the first thing is it has to do with Brad Garlinghouse's email to the nonprofit VC arm of Ripple, which I actually don't care about. That's fine that they redacted. I think that should be redacted. Probably doesn't have anything to do with probably doesn't have anything to do with XRP's price or development anyways. The second, I believe, is something with Brad Garlinghouse's finances, I believe, or something that Brad Garlinghouse said to someone else regarding Ripple. So, or it was actually a third party and their opinion of Ripple and what they're doing and stuff. And that was sending an email to Brad Garlinghouse. That's what it is. And they decided to redact that as well. That one I'm not so sure about, because I want to know who the third party is, first of all, and I want to know what they think about Ripple. Because if it's an important third party, if it's a third party with some insider information, which I'm guessing it is, because that's probably why they want to redact it, and they have something negative to say, or they have something positive or negative to say, I want to know about it because I want to get some of that information as well. And I think a lot of Ripple investors, or XRP investors, would actually be interested as well. The third one, which the next two I'm going to talk about have not been decided whether they're going to redact or not. The third case is Chris Larsen, Chris Larsen's finances, and if they're going to be redacted or not. I really don't care about that one. That as long as there's nothing in there that says Chris Larsen or Brad Garlinghouse, I think it's both of them, have sold massive amounts of XRP while they were saying that they were bullish or long on XRP. If it was that, then I think we need to know about that part and to what extent they actually did that. The rest of their finances, I actually don't really care about. That's really their own finances. The fourth one I don't think should actually be redacted, because the fourth one is actually very, very juicy. The fourth one is what Ripple actually said about their strategy to a private group of investors. So this is kind of inside information on what Ripple's strategy is, and that could be regarding XRP or not, because I want to know if the face they're making to the public is the same as the one they're actually saying to private, to their major and important investors, because you don't really know whether in public they can be oh yeah, XRP is going to get adopted everywhere, blah blah blah, but in private they could be saying to these investors, hey, we're going to use this to fund these other projects that's going to make our company a lot of money, and you'll see a massive ROI. You don't really know, and as events have shown, you shouldn't really trust either Garlinghouse or Larsen unquestionably, because that's a dumb thing to do. You shouldn't really trust any crypto CEO unquestionably, especially since Garlinghouse has sold a lot of his XRP, several hundred million of his XRP, while he said he was actually long on XRP, and a plethora of other things. So the thing is, you shouldn't trust the CEOs unquestionably, and I think I don't want this to be redacted. I want to know exactly what they said to those about Ripple's strategy to those private investors, and if it's the same thing they've been saying to the public, or the public XRP investors who don't have that private information. Because if it's different, then we deserve to know, because then they're just screwing us. If it's the same, it should actually help and bolster their case. So those are the four things, and that's what I think about them. Most of them, their personal financial needs, I really don't care about, unless it has to do with them selling massive amounts of XRP while they were being optimistic on it in public. The rest of that stuff I don't really care about. The whole VC arm nonprofit thing is, I think, completely irrelevant. It's fine if they redact that. But the last one I want to be made public, Because if they're hiding something, they're telling the private investors that they're not telling XRP investors, then that's a problem, especially if what they're telling the two parties is not the same thing. So that's what I think. And yeah, that's why XRP is pumping. Not really sure how far it'll pump. We've seen 30% increases before based off of like not all that much. You know, Flare pumped it several 100%, but then it came back down. I doubt this will be a several 100% increase, but it's still going right now. It's mostly Korean. And we'll see like what actually is happening once the US actually opens up. Will it be another leg up where they come down? We don't really know, but this started, basically this entire pump started at about 9 p.m. Central Time, USA time. So it is all Asian, and we'll see how the US reacts when we actually get up. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.